welcome blood brothers and sanguine sisters to Deeply Discussing Dexter. I'm your host, Dale Maxfield. I'm joined by Aaron Caldwell.
Hello.
Brooke Merritt.
Hello.
And Zach Rowland.
Hi.
And today we're discussing Season 7, Episode 4, Run. On this episode, Deb and Angel play Speltzer into a confession. It's thrown out because Miami Metro suck at being the police. Isaac tries to keep his kill streak higher than Dexter's. And Dexter and Deb share a smoke. What did you guys think of this episode overall?
Of the season, this has been my least hated.
Well.
Yeah, it was all right. You know, I like this the point where they've gotten to with the Deb Dexter situation. So, okay.
I didn't really like this one either. Not a big fan of this one. I mean, it wasn't the worst of the season. I don't know. It might have been the worst of the season. I just didn't really like this one. Not a lot going on. I don't care about the stories that are happening right now, so it's just really hard to be interested.
I didn't like this one as much as the last one. I thought it was a pretty decent end cap, and we got a little bit more of what Isaac is capable of. So
I think this is the last good episode of the whole show. No, I'm kidding. It starts with Dexter and Masuka working the scene at the mausoleum. Deb has a spooky nightmare about being in a bloody tub and Dexter asking, "Will you be mine?" She wakes up in her bath with water overflowing. And hey, we haven't forgotten about Deb secretly wanting to bone Dexter.
Honestly, I think that's why right out of the gate I didn't like this one. The tub scene just completely, I was just done from there. It was, for one, it was just such a hokey scene anyway. And then I did not need the reminder that Deb was in love with Dexter. I was hoping we could just pretend that all never happened. And here it is.
Can we work that into the bullets from here on out? Also, as a reminder, Brooke, Deb loves Dexter. It's fine. And
Yeah,
then
we don't have to do that.
Continue on with the episode.
She doesn't.
Do you
love
want me
Dexter.
to be able to finish the series out? Because I can't if I have to keep thinking about it.
She loves Dexter.
There you go. All right.
Boy.
Deb and Dexter take to the alleyway of infinite secrets. Deb questions Dexter about Rita's murder. Dexter admits that he knew who Trinity was and didn't help Miami Metro catch him. Dexter assures Deb that he killed Trinity. Deb asks if Dexter actually loved Rita. Angel has brought in Speltzer. They need a confession to keep him. The Ukrainian mafia have dug up info on Dexter and Lewis. They wonder if killing Victor was payback for him killing Mike. Isaac gets angry and says that Victor was there to keep the Colombians from taking over the Ukrainian mafia's drug traffic business. Miami Metro arrives to shut down the strip club again. Quinn orders Nadia to stand over with the other girls, and an unnamed detective points out that he's not the only detective there, and he'd better not be fucking Nadia. The strip club manager has a quiet word with Quinn and insinuates that he could pay Quinn, like the old days, to make the harassment go away. Old Quinn, dirty cop.
Wow.
So we're back to Quinn being a dirty cop, even though there was that whole storyline where he took money from a crime scene one time. It's not like he's a dirty cop. And now we're just retconning that, I guess. I don't know.
We're insinuating. Find some money in his car like old times. Isaac thinks that Dexter and Lewis may have worked alone to kill Victor. He wants to talk to Dexter. He decides to give Miami Metro a scapegoat in the form of one of the club's bartenders. Angel gives Speltzer a setup about how much he hates his lying boss, Deb, who's going to try and say that she saw Speltzer at the maze. Deb starts asking questions, and Angel and Speltzer smirk at her over her shoulder. Deb produces a picture of Speltzer's mom and makes a case that his mom was a whore. Speltzer eventually jumps at Deb and says, "I wish I'd killed you like I killed that other bitch."
If there was a line that was going to work, it's "your mother's a whore." It's just the go-to.
Yeah, that this one time where like Angel and Deb actually got a confession out of someone using tactics. There was an actual good cop, bad cop thing they had going here. And it worked on the world's dumbest criminal, Spelter. Dexter invites Deb out for a drink, but Deb doesn't feel like celebrating. Deb points out that Rita died because Dexter was selfish. Deb says he's wrong to keep Harrison and that he should go live with Astor and Cody. Dexter says his only mistake was not immediately killing Trinity and that he won't make that mistake again. He gets manic saying, "Everything is in my control. I am not giving up my son."
Who I'm never ever with because he's always with the babysitter.
Right.
Yeah, here we go. Just, now we've got all the kids out of the picture, and it can just be full-on Dex and Deb boning all the time.
Stop it! No! I'm not listening. I quit.
There's
already so much luminol on Harrison that he's not going to make it anyway. He'll be dead of luminol poisoning before he starts school. Isaac and the manager go to visit the bartender. Isaac offers the manager tons of money and college for his kids if he writes a confession and kills himself. There is a hilarious insert where Isaac tells the man to look at his children's faces. And there's this goofy-ass photoshopped picture of his family. And so the man kills himself.
Wasn't that photo taken in Pensacola? I thought they were in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Nope. All right.
Look at this. Look at this stock photograph. And he was so distraught from that stock photograph that he killed himself.
Yeah.
This photo that came with the frame.
Yeah. He thought that's how you got a family, was you just buy a photo frame.
It still says Shutterstock.
Yeah. They don't have any pictures from where they live of his real family, so this is it. It's nice, though.
Yeah. Hannah McKay walks into Miami Metro and comes to see Dexter. She has come at the behest of her lawyer to try and help find the remaining bodies. Dexter tells her about the convicts' last words. Hannah says that their original plan was to go live on a farm in Argentina. LaGuardia shows up with dashcam footage of Spelter's arrest. He wasn't properly Mirandized and the arrest will be thrown out. Deb is beyond frustrated and leaves.
He wasn't properly Mirandized while they were beating his ass.
Right, I like that that's the point. I mean, they bypassing the fact that there's a mob beating him.
Yeah, not the fact that he's resisting arrest or trying to evade police, but the fact that if you don't actually get a verbal response, it's all gone. It's all out.
Well, he also in the video, you see him pass out for a second, and they said like there's no way, like they were able to make the case that there was no way he was conscious enough to understand his rights or what was going on. So, like,
also what an incredible like folly of a fight. It's like watching a cartoon. So ridiculous.
Yeah. Quinn gets a text message about the bartender's suicide. At that crime scene, Isaac and his main goon are watching to see Dexter enter the scene. Dexter knows that Victor was the killer and assumes that someone at the club put the bartender up to this. Angel is bothered by the pictures of the bartender's family.
Which, who wouldn't be?
He says, why leave them up if he's in love with Katya? Great point, Angel. Astor's birthday party plays as Dexter returns home to find Jamie weaning out toys that Harrison no longer needs, including a security blanket that Dexter strokes despite it smelling of pee. And I made a note here that Jamie apparently babysits in massive wedges. Like, uncomfortable footwear for babysitting.
Oh, I didn't know that's what they called those. I would have said flip-flops.
She wasn't in flip-flops. She was in those like massive wedges.
Yeah.
Like wooden soled things.
She needed to wear those so she could reach the toys in the higher cabinets. It was just practical.
She needed to wear
That's
those
fair.
because men watch this show, Brooke.
Maybe that's it. Is that why?
That was why. Men like Quentin Tarantino. Dexter goes to the graveyard and sees Speltzer back at work. Dexter goes into Speltzer's RV and finds his trophies. Speltzer suddenly returns and they have a fight. Speltzer knocks Dexter out. He wakes up in a maze. There's a note that just says run. Dexter talks tough, but he decides that if he does run, there's a bull coming for him with an axe. There's a chase, and Dexter barely outmaneuvers him. Dexter escapes by climbing down from a roof and jumping onto a car carrier. That's how he gets away.
That's so funny. It's just like broad daylight, and he jumps out. Guy jumps off the roof like nobody's around. You know,
He comes out with his
Truck
bull
driver's
helmet
like-
on.
it's fucking
onto the
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid.
Like the best part of this is the 5-second turnaround of him just, oh yeah, this guy's not a threat, and then he's like, oh shit, a bull with an axe, and then he just takes off running.
Jamie is going to take Cody to Orlando to spend time with Aster and Cody because, as we've established, that's what babysitters do. Dexter internally says that it's safe, that it's to keep Harrison safe from Speltzer because Speltzer now knows what Dexter looks like. Because he had him knocked out and didn't kill him. He took him to his maze. Isaac enters Victor's apartment through a crime scene sticker. He finds a hidden picture of himself with Victor. He vows to avenge Victor's death. And I'm not sure if you all read it this way. When I first watched the show, I read it as he and Victor were lovers.
Oh, I didn't read it that way. I thought they were brothers.
I thought they were brothers too.
The first time I watched it, I thought they were like either best friends or family. I didn't immediately jump to lovers.
So
I also haven't watched any of this storyline because I cannot pay any attention, so I'm not surprised I missed that.
She's still hung up on that bathtub scene.
yeah.
Anytime Isaac comes on, or the other guy, I don't even know his name, Jason Gedrick from the 80s plays him. Every time they're on, I'm just like, nap. I'll wake up when the scene's over.
Yeah. So then Speltzer taunts Deb and Angel has to hold her back. Dexter goes to check on Deb. She admits that she wanted to kill Speltzer. Dexter says the only thing that's changed is that she knows more about him. Deb is conflicted.
That's when Speltzer shows up to the girl's funeral, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What a just like shit move. Like, fuck you, dude. I mean, yeah, go Deb. That guy. It would have been great though to see her just try to clock him, and he's just a mountain. It just doesn't move.
Well, he has to do that because he's going to die in 3 minutes, so they have to have one last standoff between him and Deb.
Yeah.
Also, as previously established, his weakness is cops. So Deb would have beat that ass.
You have the right to remain beaten. Angel tells Quinn that the bartender seems like a setup. Angel wants to shake down the strip club one last time, but Quinn says he can't tonight. He has a date with Nadia, and he tells Angel this. Angel is jealous, but says he's not interested in getting his own stripper. At least, not anymore.
La pasión.
He's been down that road.
Yes. Speaking of characters that were unceremoniously removed from the show, Angel's girlfriend from Vice. Dexter tricks Speltzer into looking at a sign that says stay and knocks him out with a shovel. Speltzer wakes up tied down to a cremation table. Dexter mocks Speltzer by yelling fuck in the same tone that Speltzer was yelling. Dexter has given up on the blood slides. It's too risky. He puts a wooden stake into Speltzer's heart. He looks over his box of slides, then puts them on Speltzer's body and cremates everything. Deb pulls up and Dexter gets into her car. He points out the smoke rising from the cremation chamber and tells Deb that it's Speltzer. Deb feels glad that he's dead, but wonders what that makes her. Dexter says, human.
Yay.
Hey.
Not a bull, but a human.
Yeah. It smells like beef.
Cooked beef. I bet that was a good steak. Pull that steak out, it's done.
Big old slab of ribs in there.
I don't know, beef ribs, not my favorite. Pork ribs.
Just like immediately cut to a Chili's commercial the first time I watched.
This was directed by John Dahl, who directed a gazillion episodes, or 16, of Dexter between seasons 3 and 8. And it was written by Wendy West, who's one of the more dependable writers on the show, and wrote 11 episodes between seasons 4 and seasons 8. This is her first for season 7. What is the best line of the episode?
I went with, he may have a lizard brain like me, but his shortcoming is he does not have a human brain. Dexter says it about Speltzer.
Yeah.
I actually didn't have a best line written.
Let's see if I can figure this out.
Fuck!
That was a pretty good line. I love it when Dexter yells. Mine says, I love you more than pizza. I guess that was a Dexter Harrison situation.
Yes, Dexter said, I love you more than, and Harrison said, pizza.
Yeah, I love pizza too, so yeah, that works for me.
You love Harrison more than pizza?
No. No.
Brooke?
What are we talking worst? Sorry, it cut out for a minute. Worst line? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She did
I had the lizard brain.
The lizard brain.
Yeah, I thought maybe I
worst
lost
line
you
of the
guys.
episode.
Worst, I went with during Deb's dream. Of course, when Dexter says, Deb, will you be long, 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 awkward pause? Mine.
Will you be my next of kin?
Or have my next of kin.
All right.
They're not blood.
True.
I had, I don't run, I make people run. Long pause. However, I do run when there is a bull chasing me with an axe.
Yeah.
My worst line is, we've got a white Russian on ice, followed by the following on Twitter line. Oh, the Masuka says, follow me on Twitter. And he says, we've got a white Russian on ice. All right. See how bad? It's bad when I say it because it's not, I can't even get through it. Fucking Masuka, man.
If only he had got stabbed.
Only.
Yeah, I second that.
How about the performance of the episode?
I'm going with Harrison. Pizza, baby.
Really?
Plus, we might not see him again. I don't know.
interesting
So I
choice.
have to give him at
That's
least one performance.
That's a hot
I
take
mean,
there.
you know. Just saying. This is season 7. It's a lot of hot takes for Zach. I don't know if you've noticed so far.
I gave it to Robert De Niro just for Raging Bull. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I went with Isaac, even though I don't watch most of the stuff he does because it bores me. But I did watch the forced suicide scene, and he was good. I see why everybody likes him because I haven't really caught much of what he's done so far.
Yeah.
I gave it to Isaac as well for the same scene. Just the intensity that he has in those quiet moments are so great.
Fuck.
Come on, guys. I don't get to do it that much. Okay, that's it.
We can work it in.
We did it. Thanks for watching these. It gets worse. We'll see everybody on the next Deeply Discussing Dexter.